Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com. The Volkswagen Beetle Dune is a concept car that VW decided to bring to life. We first saw the concept version of the North American International Auto Show a couple years ago, and now, voila, here it is on the road. So what is it? Well, it's a Volkswagen Beetle with special interior, special paint, special wheels, special trim, and special suspension. The Dune pays tribute to the old Baja bugs of the 60s and 70s. Remember those old Dune buggies and off-road Baja buggies that were built on and around Volkswagen Beetle chassis and drivetrains? Well, this isn't really like that, but this new Dune does have styling cues that reach back to that era. The style has a desert or dune feel. That's why it's painted in this copper or sandy light brown color. This car pays homage to the old Baja bugs of the 1960s. Those were sort of like done-up Beetles with like big fog lights up top for racing or driving on sand and in the desert. So this car is sort of, styled to look like those things, but it really isn't. It's more of an urban warrior. It's a car that's okay for driving around town, but you're really not going to go off-roading in this thing. The Dune drew crowds everywhere we went. People either loved it or hated it. Those who loved it loved everything, and most were VW fans. Those who hated it, though, just really didn't like the color. That was the main complaint. So this is a car that appeals to a niche group. It isn't for everyone, but those who like it will likely like it a lot. If you don't like this color scheme or setup, though, you can choose between a coupe or convertible, and it also comes in black or white. So the brown, VW calls it sandstorm yellow, paint is not the only option. The Dune is equipped with fatter wheels and tires than a standard Beetle. It has a slightly wider stance, it sits up a little higher than a standard Beetle, but this is really not an off-road vehicle. We drove it mainly on paved city streets and highways, but did take a couple of short trips down dirt roads, and trust us, this is not really built for the mud, gravel, or sand. If you're buying this car because you think you're going to drive it in the dunes, you're not going to enjoy it there. It's not really made for that. It does sit up a little bit higher, but really, this is a car for around town. It's capable on the highway. It's easy to park. It's fuel efficient. It's practical in that way, just like any Beetle. The interior is stylish. The seats are comfortable. It feels spacious in the driver's seat and front passenger seat. In fact, the car feels bigger than it is. There is room for 2 passengers in the back, but of course, in a car this size, the rear passengers will be a little tight for space. Is it a good car? Well, yes, it is. It's built on a Jetta chassis. It has a 1.8-liter turbocharged engine with direct injection, iron block, and aluminum head. It produces about 170 horsepower, plenty for a car this size. You can expect to get about 35 to 40 miles per gallon or better on the highway based on our test drive. The Dune is the newest in a string of special edition Beetles, the Fender Edition, the Classic, and the Beetle Denim. Now there's the Beetle Dune. If you're confused, don't worry, it's just this simple. The Dune is a Volkswagen Beetle with special paint, special interior, and a few add-ons that make it just, a little bit special. But anyway you slice it, this is a Volkswagen Beetle, complete with the retro vintage styling that made this car a huge comeback hit for Volkswagen.